You know, there comes a time in life when we start to realize that family, as much as we love them, can't always be there for us the way we need. Maybe the kids are busy with their own lives, or distance keeps you apart. And that's okay. Because what if I told you there are other sources of support out there, just as strong, if not stronger, than family? That's right. After 60, life doesn't have to feel lonely or uncertain. In fact, there are 6 essential pillars of support that can lift you up, keep you connected, and help you thrive in ways you might not expect. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They're game changers for living a fuller, happier life. Maybe you've already found some of these supports without even realizing how powerful they are. Or maybe you're looking for new ways to feel grounded and joyful in this chapter of life. Either way, this video is for you. We're going to walk through these 6 pillars together. What they are, why they matter, and how you can strengthen them starting today. So if you've ever wished for a little more support, or if you're curious about how to build a life that feels secure and vibrant after 60, stick around. Because the truth is, you're never too old to create connections, find purpose, and feel truly supported. Sometimes in the most surprising places. Let's get started. Let's begin with the first pillar, a strong community of peers. Now, you might be thinking, I have friends, but we don't see each other as much as we used to. That's completely normal. Life changes, people move, and schedules don't always align. But here's the thing. Having a circle of people who truly get what you're going through at this stage of life is priceless. Think about it. When you share a laugh over the little frustrations of aging, or swap stories about how different life was decades ago, there's a special kind of comfort in that. Take my friend Martha, for example. After her husband passed, she felt like no one in her family really understood her grief. But then she joined a weekly knitting group at her local senior center. At first, it was just about keeping her hands busy, but soon, those women became her lifeline. They celebrated birthdays together, supported each other through health scares, and even started a small book club. That group wasn't just a hobby, it became her second family. Now you don't have to knit or even love books to find your people. Maybe it's a walking group, a volunteer organization, or even an online forum where you chat with folks who share your interests. The key is to put yourself out there, even if it feels a little uncomfortable at first. Because when you do, you'll realize something beautiful. You're not alone, and there are others who want to walk this journey with you. The second pillar is lifelong learning and mental stimulation. Some people think that after a certain age, our brains just slow down, and there's nothing we can do about it. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it stays. And the best part? Learning new things doesn't have to feel like homework. It can be fun, exciting, and even something you look forward to every day. Maybe you've always wanted to play the piano, speak a new language, or finally understand how to use that smartphone your grandkids keep talking about. Those aren't just hobbies. They're ways to keep your mind sharp, your curiosity alive, and your confidence growing. Frank, a gentleman I met at a community class, told me he started painting at 72, and now, at 80, he's sold several of his pieces. He said, "I never thought I had a creative bone in my body, but now I wake up excited to try new techniques." That's the power of keeping your brain engaged. It doesn't just pass the time, it adds richness to your life. And here's something I'd love for you to try. The next time you're curious about something, whether it's how birds migrate or the history of your hometown, dive into it. Watch a documentary, check out a book from the library, or even take a free online course. You'll be amazed at how much joy and vitality come from simply staying curious. Now, let's talk about the third pillar, physical health and mobility. I know. Some days it feels like our bodies have a mind of their own, doesn't it? But here's the good news. Small, consistent efforts can make a world of difference. It's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about finding ways to move that feel good for you. Eleanor, a spry 78-year-old from my yoga class, always says, "If you don't move it, you lose it." She's right. Whether it's gentle stretching water aerobics, or even just a daily walk around the neighborhood, staying active keeps your joints flexible, your mood uplifted, and your independence intact. And the best part? You don't have to do it alone. Find a buddy, maybe a neighbor or a friend from that community we talked about earlier, and make it a social event. Before you know it, you'll be looking forward to those moments of movement and connection. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small way you can add more movement to your day? Share it in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you're finding this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of the pillars. Because trust me, the next 3 are just as important. Let's move on to the 4th pillar, emotional and spiritual well-being. This one's a bit deeper, but stick with me, because it's the foundation of so much joy and resilience. After 60, life can bring all kinds of emotions: gratitude, nostalgia, even loneliness or worry about the future. And that's why having ways to nurture your inner world is so crucial. For some, that might mean meditation or prayer. For others, it could be journaling, sitting quietly in nature, or even joining a group that shares your spiritual beliefs. The key is to find what brings you peace and a sense of connection to something bigger than yourself. Robert, a retired teacher, told me that after he started spending 10 minutes each morning simply listening to the birds outside his window, his entire outlook on the day shifted. He said, "It's like I remember that life isn't just about doing, it's about being." So ask yourself, what fills your soul? Maybe it's music, gardening, or volunteering for a cause you care about. Whatever it is, make time for it. Because when you feed your spirit, you build a resilience that carries you through life's ups and downs with grace. The 5th pillar is financial security and smart planning. Now, I know money isn't the most exciting topic, but here's why it matters. Peace of mind. Whether you're comfortably retired or still figuring things out, having a clear understanding of your finances and a plan for the future can lift a huge weight off your shoulders. This doesn't mean you need a fortune saved up. It's about making the most of what you have. For example, Linda, a widow in her late 60s, worked with a financial advisor to simplify her budget. She discovered she qualified for senior discounts she never knew about, and that extra bit of savings allowed her to take that trip to visit her grandkids guilt-free. Small adjustments can make a big difference. If numbers stress you out, don't go it alone. Reach out to a trusted advisor, attend a free workshop at your local library, or even ask a financially savvy friend for guidance. The goal isn't perfection, it's confidence knowing you've got a plan. Finally, the 6th pillar, purpose and contribution. This one's my favorite because it's all about realizing that your life matters and you have so much to offer. Maybe you're no longer in the workforce, or your role in your family has shifted, but that doesn't mean your impact ends. In fact, this could be the most meaningful chapter yet. Henry, an 82-year-old veteran, started volunteering at a local school, helping kids with their reading. He told me, "Those kids don't care how old I am. They just light up when I walk in the room." That sense of being needed, of making a difference, is ageless. Whether it's mentoring, sharing your skills, or simply being the person who always checks in on others, your presence in the world is invaluable. So, think about this. What's one thing you love doing that could also brighten someone else's day? It doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes, the smallest acts leave the biggest legacy. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these pillars resonates with you the most? Or maybe you've discovered another source of support that's been a game changer for you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Because life after 60 isn't about slowing down, it's about thriving in ways you might never have expected. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to take a moment and picture something beautiful. Imagine yourself standing tall, supported by these 6 strong pillars we've talked about. Your community of peers cheering you on, your active mind staying curious and engaged, your body feeling stronger with each small movement. Picture your spirit at peace, your finances in good order, and your sense of purpose shining bright like a beacon. That's not just a nice thought. That can be your reality. What I hope you'll take away from this isn't just information, but inspiration. You see, these pillars aren't about adding more to your to-do list or making you feel like you have to change everything at once. They're about recognizing the support that's already around you, and maybe discovering some new sources of strength you hadn't considered before. Maybe today, you're thinking about joining that community group you've been curious about, or finally signing up for that art class. Perhaps you're feeling motivated to take a short walk after dinner tonight, or to call an old friend you haven't spoken with in too long. That's how it starts, with one small step, one decision to invest in yourself and your well-being. Remember what we've learned from people like Martha, Frank, and Henry. It's never too late to build these supports into your life. Their stories show us that the golden years can truly be golden when we surround ourselves with the right kinds of support. And here's the beautiful truth. Every single one of these pillars is within your reach. Before you go, I'd love to hear which of these pillars speaks to you most right now. Is there one you're already strong in that you could share advice about? Or maybe one you'd like to focus on building up? Your wisdom could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. So please share your thoughts in the comments below. If this conversation has been helpful for you, do hit that like button. It helps others find this content too. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. We'll keep having these important conversations about making the most of life after 60. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, you're not just growing older, you're growing wiser, stronger, and more valuable with each passing year. Here's to your health, happiness, and all the wonderful moments still ahead. Until next time, take good care of yourself. You're worth it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.